Hello and welcome to Lunch Therapy.
Freddy Krueger. Pretty scary. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Lunch Therapy. I'm Joel Marshall. I am your host. I am here with my assistant, Boney. We are flying through space. Today is going to be a walk into the new future of comedy, which is improvisational stand-up comedy. We've got a new segment today. We already have a suggestion from the chat room. I suggest improv about the horrible medical system in this country. Wow. Yeah, maybe that's how we'll start. We'll start with that. Want to send out healing vibrations to Liz Lopez, who's dealing with the medical industry, the medical system right now. She's really but recovering, but she needs a little bit more time there in the hospital. So please send out healing vibrations to Liz. Here's Future Man to welcome us into the show.
Hoi, Lunch Therapy audience. Coming to you from the future again. Just really wanted to welcome you to Joel Marshall's Lunch Therapy. Great to see the original chat room hummingbirds. The OG hummingbirds, we call them here in the future. The ones who were there before things got out of control. Way out of control, and Joel's assistant Boney had that egomaniacal, drunk with power episode that almost made the planet spin off its axis. But I wanted to thank you for making the future a much better place and let you know it's going to be okay.
Oh, good.
More than okay, really.
Oh.
Your commitment to love, connection, and harmony is the thing that made us want to keep humans around.
What?
That and the sound baths. As smart as we are, we just can't figure out a way to make our own sound baths. So we keep the humans to relax us with their crystal bowls and hand pans.
Oh,
just kidding, of course.
Future.
Humans are cute too. And funny. I like it when they say hoi, 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 hoi.
Hoi.
Adorable. Let's get into this thing called Joel Marshall's Lunch Therapy.
Let's go.
Boney.
Let's go. I'm gonna get myself a modem. 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 All right. Here's a little advertisement for you. Thursday night, February 22nd at the Loft Ensemble. I'm going to be the special guest at another late show tonight, Mike Perkins' show. It's a live talk show. Please come on down Thursday night. I promise it won't be raining. I hope it's not going to be raining here in Los Angeles. Happy Barefoot Toys Day. The chats are super big today for a reason, because we're going to do some improv stand-up comedy. Does a pretty good job with Hoy. He does all right. Future man in the future. See, Lunch Therapy is like the biggest show. There was that crazy thing that happened apparently with Boney where the earth spun off its axis, but who knows. Let's get into this this relaxation part of it. I'm gonna have Joseph Ryan Martinez on here today, and I'm gonna have Mama J from the Trust, and we're gonna do some improv stand-up comedy, and y'all are gonna make suggestions, and we're gonna have to incorporate it into the stand-up comedy. I chose both of these two because they're masters of the comedy, and Joseph is like really good with crowd work and improvisation, and Mama J is just a hilarious individual, so she can just talk and it'll all be good. Pam says congratulations. Thank you very much. The other thing you said too, whatever you do not let her go to some nursing care facility. Okay, that's good to know. Well wishes to healing and healing to Liz. Yes. So this show is dedicated to Liz and her getting better. I don't know what's going to happen. This should be fun. Let's get into the breathing though. got my friends Joseph here and Mama J. We're going to do some breathing. In the upper left-hand corner, I have the view of Los Angeles, and it's raining. Just for those of you that want a weather report, it's up there. All right, so in this meditation, each chakra tone will be at a special vibration to help with your root chakra. So in through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Hey, Mama J. Hey, Joseph. We got the chat room, the hummingbirds. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. And let it go. One more time. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. And let it go. Okay, thank you so much there, Matt. We all support each other here. Hoity hoo from Todd Lee. We've got a good chat room going on here. For those of you that don't know what's going on, join the club. None of us do. What's happening today is improv stand-up, and the chat room is exceptionally large today. We're going to get into the Trash Panda Comedy Club. I'll start us out. I'm going to do some stand-up comedy, improv, totally improvisational, and then I'm going to incorporate whatever y'all chat in the chat room, so please get active in the chat room. And then when I can't think of anything to say, or I feel like I'm, hit a dead end, I'm just going to say, I'm out, like that. And then Joseph's going to come on, and then Mama J, and then I'll come back on, and we'll just see how that goes. So let's get in the Trash Panda Comedy Club, and I just want to talk to these two individuals and just see their thoughts. Nasty Mama J in the house. Nasty Mama J. They really said that? You really said that? Nasty Mama J? Wow. I'm going to bring Joseph on. This is Joseph Ryan Martinez.
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Joseph, we've never
It's going
met.
well. I'm dry.
You're dry? Oh, that's
I've never met you, Mom.
Yeah,
are
you guys
are
have
you
never
Joel's
met.
mama? Is that
Yeah,
where did you
that's
get the
my
name
mama.
Mama J?
What is it? My meme? Is it that? Am I a meme?
You're a
Meme?
meme. She's a meme. She's a meme, yeah.
I'm a meme.
So Jay Patterson is her real name. I'm just going to introduce you both. She was on the show The Trust, which is on Netflix, reality program.
Very cool.
They then started calling her Mama J. So we've decided she's just rolling with it. We're going to call her Mama J. She's just Mama J. Joseph Ryan Martinez is a filmmaker and a comedian, very multi-talented individual, makes commercials, makes television shows, makes his own films. He also is somebody that I have done stand-up comedy with multiple times at the Fourth Wall, and then also at the, remember when we'd go to the, what was that place called? The
Sycamore Tavern. The dojo. I also make my own hot chili oil.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that. I should have led with that if I would have known. I would have known.
Well, now, so could Mama J, she might have better luck with Joseph than I did with the other guy, you know who, that I sent an email to?
Oh, would that be Jake from The Trust?
No.
Can we read the email?
No, my Lay's commercial. My Lay's commercial.
Who'd you send the email to?
You know, you and Jenny recommended.
Oh, this is so weird that you're talking about this, and you keep talking about it. Do we talk about it? I don't think
This is some good tea. This is some good tea. Some
we're
good drama.
spilling. So here's the thing, like, Mama J is on The Trust, right? And she goes to bed one night and she's eating Lay's potato chips while she has like her night mask on, and they made a big deal out of that in the show. And then people were like, hey, Mama J, you should be on a Lay's commercial. And so she has taken that to heart, and she's like, thinks that she deserves a Lay's commercial now. And so now she's like, I was like, well, I'll introduce you to my commercial agent. And that's where things went terribly wrong. I introduced her to the agent, and he was polite and everything, but he hasn't like taken her on as a client yet. And now she's holding a grudge. Is that what's going on, Mama?
Okay.
So I just thought, well, maybe Joseph might be not better, Joel, you'll always be my number one, but maybe Joseph has a better lead.
So the goal with the Lay's agent would be what, Mama J?
Yeah, what's the goal?
I want a commercial.
She wants to be the. You want to be more than that. Don't you want to be the spokesperson?
You want to act in a commercial? Is that what you're? Yeah. What do you mean?
Yes, you should see. There's a beautiful picture of me. I'm sitting there, not the one in the bed. Don't use that one. But I have another one of me, and I match the Lay's potato chip bag, and I'm eating, and I'm so glamorous and beautiful, and I need that, and I want to be that person as a spokesperson because it's also healthy. It's healthy to eat a Lay's potato chip. There's nothing fake in it. It's salt and a potato chip.
Well, we're totally, we're in on your dream. We are totally rooting for you, by the way. And we had.
I mean, you can always just make a commercial as well. You can just, make a spot.
Idea. That's beautiful. I like that idea.
But who's going to see it? I mean, I'm on TikTok. You know what? I cannot get past 300 people on my TikTok.
And here's Kevin Lopez naming my agent. I can't believe Adam Lieblein doesn't see the dollar signs. He's lost.
Yeah.
Right. And he said, you know what he said to me, Joseph? Would you have done this to me, Joseph? He's on Facebook, and I go, hey, I sent you a message. Don't you leave me, Joel. I said, Joel recommended me to you, and then I sent you a message. He goes, if you want to contact me, you send me an email, and I did, and he.
Wow. I hope he gets on the chat room. Somebody's got to let him know. That we're talking
sometimes,
about
I don't know if you tweet, just keep tagging him and stuff, and then eventually, the squeaky wheel gets the greasy chip.
That's
greasy
right.
chip. Sorry, greasy chip.
I'm 71. I don't have a lot of squeaks left in me.
Oh yeah, also
71 years young.
We had Stephen Tobolowsky on the show, and you know what? While you were crying in your soup, he made a Lay's commercial. Did you see that? The Groundhog Day Lay's commercial? He made one. He just went out and made one. So, I don't know. I guess you got to get on the stick. Just go down and sit on the steps eating chips till they hire you. Do they make Lay's in Kansas? Is that where they make them?
Frito-Lay is down the street from me.
Oh, well,
Seriously.
You got the in. You got the in.
Yeah.
I smell the plant at my house.
Oh, my God.
And it does not smell like potato chips.
What's it smell like?
Okay.
Oh, wait,
what kind of
maybe
plant
you don't
are we
want to say.
about?
Yeah, what kind of plant is that? What
It smells like maybe they need to change the oil.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Well, now we're going down a whole nother. This might be a Jiffy Lube thing. You get a spot for. This might be a hybrid.
Yeah. Change your oil. Yeah.
What time is it? Time to change the oil. And then you bite a chip.
Stand out
then you're
front
selling
with
brake
a sign.
pads. Then you're selling brake pads. Yeah.
And they, Matt, I think you're good. Matt, who was the guy who did not like me on the show? One of these guys did not like me. Oh, Amy Schumer's mother is a better comedian. What?
Wow. She made a joke 41 years ago and still getting airtime on Fallon. So she's saying that she made a joke and that Amy Schumer's the joke, I think is what he's saying.
Yes. But you know what? Here's another.
Okay. I didn't even catch that.
I had to think about it. I've been getting good. I'm getting good at understanding the chats.
Yeah.
That is good, John. But listen to this, Todd, and Joseph. So I have a headline on Daily Beast and it said, Netflix did Mama J wrong by not deleting her fart. Now, how come that did not get me on Jimmy Fallon? Why?
Mama J, I like your sense of entitlement. Some people put it down, having a sense of entitlement, but I think you should lean into it. You know what I mean?
Well,
show up at Jimmy Fallon's show and just walk onto the stage. That's what I think you should do.
I think you should go with the list. You should have your Jiffy Lube products, your Lay's, and maybe a Pepto-Bismol. You should do a little spot, really quick, like a burn, a micro commercials, like really fast. Just a bunch of products.
Oh yeah.
Peanut butter, windshield wiper blades, termite killer. Just boom. Mama J says.
No! Look at Guignol's slogan: "Eat some Lay's, taste the nasty."
Taste the nasty.
Right.
Guignol and Todd kind of like they really want to know the big nasty Mama J, because they really want. They're kind of intrigued by big nasty.
I think Matt is saying that user-generated content is the way to go these days. You make your own.
Agreed.
Just like Joseph is saying.
Okay. I will. You know what? So we can get. This is really probably not improv. Yeah. So I will.
We're brainstorming.
We're brainstorming.
It is brainstorming.
Yeah.
But and look at the ideas I've gotten. Yeah.
Okay.
Taste
so,
nasty.
Are you all ready for the improv stand-up situation?
I thought we were going at it. That was it.
No, we kind of are. Well, no, we're just going to go in kind of one at a time and just start. I'm going to get my.
Okay. Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, we each start on the topic, and then you kind of back out, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm backing out.
The other two are quiet while person A, B, or C. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
You can actually make comments while the thing's going on. You'll be heard, and the person will be just there in the trash can of comedy going, "Everybody, it's great to be here." Yeah. Are there any questions? Whenever you just want to tag out, it's like.
So I can lob in suggestions while you're doing stand up, correct?
Yeah. Please.
Go on. Okay, go on. This is fun. I was hoping. Okay, this sounds more fun. Okay, cool.
All right, cool. And then
Philo
said, "I just wrote the concept, dialogue, and picture board for the first."
There you go. You're manifesting it. You're manifesting it right now.
What's happening? The more of us that picture it, the more possible it will be. Right?
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, I agree, Joel. Yeah, you went far away. I agree.
Okay.
So you might need a different spaceship or another.
Okay, now I got it. Now you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
That would suck if I got on stage and you couldn't hear me, or it was like sounding like I was in a phone booth or something like that. All right, let's get this thing going. Improv, stand up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's very exciting, the whole thing.
Oh my God, in bed with me.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part of these.
Woo! All right, everybody.
All the transition videos.
Yeah, it's so good. This whole show is about transition videos. I am so glad to be here. I'm your Trash Panda Comedy Club host, Joel Marshall. I can now be heard, I think, and I think I'm going to start with the medical industry because that was the first suggestion. I went to get my ear checked a while back, and what happened is they started looking in my ear, and they were like, "Wow, it looks horrible in there." And then they showed it to me on a screen, my whole ear in the inside of my ear, and it's just a nasty, nasty place in there. And you know what they said? They said, "I don't know what's going on with your ear, but it looks bad." And I said, "Well, what can I do about that?" And I said, "Well, you can pay the receptionist as you go out." It's weird. I have insurance, but I still have to pay. I don't know what that's all about.
Are you sure that was your ear?
You never know. They might have been doing some exploratory surgery. I'm not sure. But it's weird because you go into the hospital now and it's great. And they like Liz was in intensive care and they're just all there, just huddled around being all intensive. And then they move her to another bed like the next day. And all of a sudden all the intensity is gone. When you get moved to a regular bed, there's no more intensity. It's very intense, and then then you're just like, I don't know, sent out there to do whatever you want to do. Maybe you should stick a candle in it. Oh no, that was weird, Mama J. You were on that show the other day. When you become a celebrity, we're getting to see what happens when you become a celebrity, and all of a sudden there you are.
Did she stick a candle in something? Is that where that?
You know what she said? She's on a show, and she's like, "Oh, there was a butt plug on the floor." So I was like, "I don't know what a butt plug is for." What kind of a place has the butt plug on the floor? What's that all about?
Maybe it was a spark plug.
It could have been.
No, actually, it was outlaw comedy. What kind of? Of course, you're going to talk about a butt plug, and Mama J did not know what you did with a butt plug, and I now know. If anybody wants to know.
All right, I'm out. You're in. You're in, Mama J.
Okay, butt plug is not what you think. It's all about it. Just is they compared it to a wine cork with rims. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm out.
You're out already?
Okay,
that's
quick.
it. Okay, all right.
This quickly went down like the orifice route. Like if you mentioned one hole and you say the word fart one time on this, and that's where we're going for the rest of. I think what was her name? Pam. Pam had a good point about medical insurance. I was doing stand up with a German guy, and he was the one thing that he regretted about coming to this country. He loves the food and the people and the weather, but he had to give up all of his insurance because it's the only place where it's highly convoluted and multi-layered. And this is not very funny.
I like it. I like it.
Oh,
It's good. It's the land of the
little factoids.
What is so free about being? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can add something.
Go ahead, Mama J.
Yeah, go ahead, Mom J.
Talk. Go.
So we had a comedy contest Thursday night, and you know what? This lady came on. It was her bucket list to do comedy, and she's a freaking nursing home nurse, and she came up and did 3 jokes about old men's penises, and she won $100 freaking dollars. Pissed me off. Where's this privacy notice, right? That's what sucks about medical care here in town. I'm out.
You know what it
So
is?
she brought all 3 of those on stage. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
She brought them on stage?
Oh, wow. So she had them in her handbag or something.
No. But the stories, yeah.
Okay, that's worth $100 if so.
The thing about America, the thing about the United States is we're free. We're all free. We're all free to leave the hospital and fend for ourselves. You know,
Right.
yeah, there's not, it's not necessarily, we're like, hey, this sounds good, freedom. I'll sign up for that. But we're free to suffer is what we're free to do. And we're free to be on our own.
Parking might be $2.50 an hour.
Yeah. And you're free to charge whatever you want, right? I mean, tell us about it.
Or sell the parking to another company in another country, which is what they did in the city of Chicago. All their meters, they sold the rights to Laz, L-A-Z, which is a French-owned company. I'm more educational. I'm not being very funny about any. Yeah, and now whatever that company wants to charge for parking, they get to do it. It was a bind to get them out. They needed like a couple million really quick, and they sold the rights to the parking. So I guess I wonder if you could do the same thing at like a fast food place or something.
What would you do?
Yeah. I
don't know. Maybe you'd sell the rights to something, to the Popeyes fried chicken sandwich. You'd sell the rights to that to I don't know, Norway or something.
Whoever came up with paid parking is a genius, because it's like, you have to pay to put gas in your car to make the car move, and they're like, well, why don't we pay to make the car stop too? So if you want to stop your car, then you got to pay. That way you get them coming.
I wonder if you did the math.
Yeah.
You did the math, because basically you're paying to rent for an hour. So if you did the math, would the rent be cheaper to rent that spot for a month, hour by hour, or pay my rent? Which of those two would be? And then you could you're legitimately paying rent. Let me go pay my rent. It's 3:00. I have to pay by 3. After 10 p.m. I don't have to pay my rent.
Yeah. And you know what? My husband, he still regrets to this day, back in my era, he wanted to buy buy the storage units.
You want to buy those storage units? Oh, now you got to pay. You got to pay to park it like that,
I think
Mama
she's
J.
getting her.
You're gonna park like that. You got to pay.
Getting your Wi-Fi from the Lay's plant. It was a little bit of a delay there. She's back. Are you back, Mama J?
Lay's is I don't know, done something to your internet. It sounds like. Look at her. Oh no. Okay, we need suggestions from the audience. Depends on whether you're parked in Beverly Hills or the Valley. Suggestions.
I'm parked in the Valley, and I still pay. I'm live from the Valley right now, and you still got to pay for parking up here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And if you have neighbors, and it's a house where they've got 6 residences, and every residence has both a personal car and a work car, you're SOL to find parking around your house.
Parking compliance officers wear berets and French shrug when you beg them not to write you a ticket. Wow, they've mastered the French shrug. I think the French shrug is something that I want to learn. Actually, when I was in Italy, they had a thing that I found very effective. You would go to go return something at the store, and they would go. So whenever there's something that you don't want to do, you just make that sound. Is that similar to the
French shrug?
Well, I think that must be similar. The French, they must just go.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Maybe they say no.
You were in Italy when you tried to return. So, okay.
I was in Italy. Yeah, one of the things that you learn, one of the things that you learn when you go to another country is that we do have a lot of things that, a lot of power that
we take for granted.
Yeah, because when you go back to a store, that the whole customer's always right and all that stuff. Like, you can return anything. Like Nordstrom's. Somebody went to Nordstrom's and they returned a tire one time. And apparently Nordstrom's, they take back anything that they're just like,
I wonder it's because
right.
We're also just such consumers that in America we are consuming and accumulating, buying, that the cost of returning is worth it for the company because we're always just buying so much. So we'll return that. If you keep buying, fine, I'll return that one or second item. But the other question is, what are the Walmarts like in Italy?
It's a really good question. I walked all over Italy looking for a Walmart, and I was like, is this a Walmart? Is there a Walmart nearby? And they just went,
Where's the Walmart? Where's the Target? Where's the Target?
Where's the Target?
They might say
there is Starbucks. Have you ever been to Starbucks in Italy?
No, I've never been to Italy, so you're educating me right now.
You've never been to Italy. So in Italy, they invented coffee in Italy. They invented the espresso. Right. And so there's... Yeah? No?
No, keep going. Keep talking.
They invented espresso.
I'm fact-checking.
The Chinese invented espresso?
I feel like it was Africa. I feel like it was Morocco or Africa. I feel like, but I could be wrong. I'm semantics. You keep talking.
Have you heard the origin of coffee? How it became coffee?
No, I haven't. Let Mama J in. I feel like
We're
it was
letting
Ethiopian.
her. I just let her in. She's in the green room.
Okay.
She's stuck. Boney, can you
kick
let her in?
out?
Let her in. No, what happened? What happened is they found the coffee plant and they were like, wow, this looks good. It's got these berries on it, so they ground it up, and they tried to smoke it, and they were like, wow, this tastes awful, and so then they took it and they put it on their salad, and then they ate it, and they were like, whoa, this tastes awful. And then they were like, why don't we take hot water and pour it through it and then drink the water? And they drank that water and they said, that's awful. And that's coffee.
Yeah. Okay. It checks out. It has to be awful in three ways of consumption. And then they're like, okay, this is, now we're rolling.
Now we're rolling.
Right now, like, on the podcast, isn't Boney like looking up the facts? Like, isn't that usually how that works?
Boney's trying to fact check. Yeah, he's fact checking.
Yeah, exactly. He's like looking at the origin of. I wonder. My hunch is Africa. For some reason, Africa comes to mind, but I don't know if I'm right about that.
I hope that somebody can look it up. Somebody look that up in the chat room. Okay, that's a good question. Does comedy have to be true?
No, I don't think so. It just has to be a concept that sounds about right, but it's
sounds about right. But remember when the guy got all in trouble? Like there was a comedian that got all in trouble because what he was saying wasn't true.
I think so. Yeah, I think Minaj, whatever the guy that he didn't get on. He didn't get on the Daily Show or whatever. Because I don't know, who knows? I'm not even getting down. Whatever. I think he's great. He's a wizard.
I'm not putting him down. I'm not giving my agent shit. I'm not giving him shit. Nobody's getting shit here today. This is an all love show.
You have an Asian? You own an Asian? Is that what you said?
No, agent.
Oh,
remember, Mama J wants our agent. Maybe you have the same agent, Adam Leadline. Do you have him?
If an Asian dude walked on a frame, that would have been kind of funny. I said, I'm not giving you shit.
That would have been good. Anybody have any chat room suggestions? That's the whole idea of this.
There was something. I saw something about whales. There was something about whales that popped up.
No, but that was another reference to Mama J because
where's she at?
She says
she's the secret sauce right now.
Her modem is not working. This is the thing about the internet.
Oh, right when we get firing off.
Boney,
man.
That's the other thing about Boney is he is an incredible computer technician. So he's probably just on the phone with her right now, just working that out.
Well, her phone, can she not just use her phone somewhere? Can she go outside or near a window and use her phone?
I think she just needs to roll the kernel, I think. Are you familiar with that term? Roll the kernel?
No.
You don't know that? That's when you're a computer technician, you cannot say, please restart your computer, because people just get irate. They get so mad. So you have to come up with like another term, and that term is roll the kernel. That's what I say.
I thought that was maybe like a movie popcorn term when you run out of popcorn at the movies or something. Oh, we got to roll the kernel. And
well, kernel doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. It's just one of those things.
Is that her?
No, we can't hear you.
Does the phone work?
We can't hear you. You're up. You're up.
You know what is really sad? You know what is really freaking sad is not once did you go, oh, hey, where's Mama J? Hey, where's Mama J?
That's not true at all. That's
We
not
totally
true at
said
all.
that. How would you not even know that? Joseph, that's all he was talking about. That's all he was talking about.
No, because the comments were like, bring her back, bring her back. You're listening to two dudes ramble, and then you were gone. You are the secret sauce. That's what you are, the secret sauce.
You are the Lay's potato chips on the plate with the sandwich.
I'm sorry, yeah. You know, my modem, I'm excited about my modem, but you know what? I had Reaper on, Joel. I had my Reaper on.
Are modem and Reaper like dirty terms, like for folks that are 60 and over?
Shit.
What is a Reaper? What's a Reaper?
I know. What's that mean? That's like...
Are you embarrassed because you've told us about your Reaper? Oh, no, she's gone.
That's hot senior citizen terms.
How
did she know? She said, she cursed, and then maybe she unplugged something.
I don't know.
Her husband's running the vacuum cleaner is what's going on. Her husband's running the vacuum cleaner.
What is a Reaper? If the chat room could find out what a Reaper is and where coffee was invented, I would love to know. I would love to know. And
I don't think the chat room is they're not taking orders. They're just firing off random. We still don't know where coffee's from.
I think that this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking coffee was invented maybe in Africa, but then espresso was invented in Italy, because espresso sounds like an Italian word. Right?
Right. No, I believe that. Hey Siri.
Do you drink coffee?
Where was coffee invented? I drink decaf now because I'm old. Oh, I was right.
We can't hear it.
Do you hear it?
No.
The history of coffee dates back to centuries of old oral tradition in modern day Ethiopia and Yemen. So it's Middle Eastern and African.
You know, but Guignol says it was invented in Seattle. So.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. Yeah, it started in Seattle. Yeah, it started on the what's it called? Pike, the dock. What's that pier? That pier?
Pier 57.
Something. Don't you know? I've never been to Seattle. So one part of the two parts of the country I've never been.
I think you're talking about
by Washington D.C.
and Italy.
And Seattle. I have those two.
And Italy. You forgot about Italy.
Well, that's the world. I was southern France. Southern France is the closest I've been to Italy.
You're missing out.
I think it's the same latitude. I think so.
Latitude 47. That's the latitude of Seattle.
What's that?
Latitude 47. You don't know your latitudes? Okay. What the hell, man?
Yeah,
you gotta work on your latitudes.
No, I know.
If you're just gonna throw out latitude, you better know your latitudes. Better know what your latitudes are.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
You should clean up your latitude.
You got a bad latitude, pal.
Yeah. As it thought that coffee originated in Ethiopia, it's also believed it made its way north across the Red Sea to Yemen. Yeah, I just said that. Yemenis and
nice. Nice.
Who's a really good Yemenis comedian? Mike Ishak is a really funny Yemenis comedian.
Let's tell jokes about Joel's left eyebrow. As I get older, my face gets less symmetrical. It's getting to be a problem.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And what Paul Newman said? Paul Newman said, up until 40, you have the face that you were given. And after 40, you have the face that you made. So I guess that's the face I made, where one eyebrow's up.
Interesting.
$5 cup of coffee was invented in Seattle. That was invented.
Oddly.
Capitalism with coffee was invented in Seattle. Reaper is a podcast system. Don't fear the Reaper. Fact checking is a great feature of the lunch therapy experience. Okay, you're up. I'm out.
Okay. So yeah, I believe fact check. We can't do anything. We're just comedians. We can if you just let comedians go in the real open mic world.
Yeah.
It's basically just it is butt stuff jokes, trans jokes. So fact checking is actually like this is a little more of a sober version of comedy.
Okay, so I'm putting a topic in
pun
there
intended.
since nobody else is. Marionettes. That's a topic. So that's how
okay.
it's done.
I remember I saw Pinocchio. I was you remember when they went to the Pleasure Island? How scary that was. When I was a kid, that was scary.
I think that I'm
if you
not
guys
sure.
don't know,
Did that happen in Pinocchio?
yeah. So he finds
Pleasure Island.
Lampwick.
Yeah.
Lampwick is like the guy's like, let's go in this boat, and then there's a guy bringing all the little boys to the boat to like they can drink soda and have candy and play pool and smoke cigars, and then it's like this. It's scary. It was like back when Disney had these like it was almost like that part of Dumbo, Pink Elephants. Disney had a component where they like had these these animated movies like in the early '80s where like this kind of trippy stuff happened. So they go to Pleasure Island, and then the boys all drink and eat candy, and then they turn to donkeys.
Oh yes.
And that's that. Yeah,
yes.
that was I'm pretty sure it was called Pleasure Island. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, there's always, if you're gonna make a if you're gonna make a children's story, there's always got to be a very dark component. There's always got to be a threat. Every children's story is a veiled threat for children to just keep their hands to themselves, stay in the corner, and read their book. It's all just.
Well, also it's a creative expression of people at that time simultaneously. Because honestly, here's what's funny to me.
Okay.
I think that they're cleaning up Hollywood. This is a big old theory. They're cleaning up Hollywood. They got to get all the kind of weird people out of there. I'm going to be vague about it on purpose. But to me, it's unfortunate. Creativity has taken a hit, if you ask me, simultaneously.
Oh.
So back in the day however things were havoc was wreaked behind closed doors, to me creativity was higher. And now we have a dip in creativity. Everyone's cleaner, everyone's more PC, but so I don't know what the middle ground. I think we're figuring it out. We're in a journey, but I miss. Do you remember the Phantom Toll Booth?
I love the Phantom Toll Booth. I love it.
Like there were just some things back in the day that were, and I know none of this is funny, but there were just some things back in the day where it was trippy, but it was also like pretty mind-bending, if you ask me.
I like this. Chuck Goldsmith says lecturing is not humor. Not true.
I know.
Speak for yourself, please. I'm not sure what he's referring to, but that's good. I like it.
Was I not speaking for myself? Okay, gotcha.
No, I think he's saying it's not true that lecturing is not humor. I think lecturing can be humor. Look at some of the great comedians of our time. George Carlin. Lecturer, always lecturing, and super funny. Brian Holtzman, Brian Holtzman, always lecturing at a very loud pitch. So there's nothing wrong with that. There's different types of comedy, and
Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac's one of my favorites.
Bernie Mac, I love Bernie Mac. Gone too soon. I'm going to give myself a suggestion. Let's see. I've got a whole list of suggestions over here. Elephants. I love elephants. See, now that's what. So, what's the deal with humor? You take a.
We're back to Disney. We're back to Disney. Go on.
Did you? We are back to Disney. In Dumbo, was there like a horrific? Oh yeah, of course. They got stuck with the circus, and Dumbo couldn't get out. All of my fables that I learned when I was a kid are all kind of mashed together now. Like when you were telling the thing about Pinocchio, I started thinking about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Have you seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Oh yeah. The song was Dick Van Dyke in Chitty Chitty as well, or no?
Dick Van Dyke is not a human. I think he is a superhuman. Yeah, he was in that.
Okay.
The old bamboo. You know that song?
There's one where my mom liked it. It was something about the little bug ball or something with the little bugs or I'm forgetting. I was right around the original Parent Trap, which was Haley Mills.
Yeah.
And then you got Mary Poppins. The original, all those, because they make remakes and they're just not as good. And I'm sorry, I'm originally a filmmaker, so I get into theory a lot.
I think that
I went to Southern
PC has ruined kids movies. They always talk about being PC ruining comedy, which does not ruin comedy because it gives you parameters that you can step over and people go, whoa, what is he doing? Because if there are no parameters, then there's no comedy, right? There's no shock value. There's no breaking down social norms. But if you make the kids movies too PC, it takes the bite out which is the purpose.
Oh man.
You know, we had Marty Croft on the show. God rest his soul, passed away. But he said that, he was trying to scare the shit out of these kids. And I think the scare the shit out of the kids, maybe it was lost a little bit. Do you think?
Right.
Is that what you're talking to?
I mean, I think the original Robert Rodriguez, the original movie was going to be Shark Boy, Lava Girl, and Aunt Jemima, and then they edited it. They changed it. I believe.
It is Mama J back.
Okay, I kind of made something funny. I
like it. So this is an experiment in stand-up improv, and this has been really fun. Let's see. My new setup, 4 flying jokes. What airline do you think has the highest percentage of female pilots? It's Air India with 12.7%, which is so weird coming from a country that treats women like second-class citizens. Oh my God.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know.
How is their medical insurance, Pam? That's
How is it? That's the thing. It's so much better. You know, I had a thing with my tooth, and it was a chipped
Land
tooth.
of the Lost was a good movie too, by the way. Sorry,
I love Land of the Lost. I had a chipped tooth, and I went to the dentist, and they were like, yeah, we could make a veneer or a crown, and it's going to cost, $45,000 or whatever it was. And then I was in India, and I went to a dentist, and they were like, I was like, I had a chip here, and it said it was going to cost $45,000. And they're like, just a second. They went and got this file, and they just filed it down. Chip was gone. And they were like, there you go. And I said, how much do I owe you? And they said, oh, don't worry about it. That's India for you. Yes.
Okay.
See, that's what we need here.
Yeah.
So
I
what
went to
it is,
USC and got my chipped tooth and got it fixed.
You got it fixed?
Pretty darn. Yeah, but it took about a year, so it wasn't that fast.
They didn't just go.
Good, cheap, and fast. You can only have two. Good, cheap, and fast.
Good, cheap, and fast. Well, that's the other thing. We think that we're so free, but we're free to pay exorbitant prices. That's what's happening. We're free to go after they charge us exorbitant prices, and and the thing is, it's not a freedom if medical expenses are so expensive and we have to have this incredible amount of insurance. Now I'm lecturing for sure. If we have to have insurance to afford anything, then we are trapped in only places where we can have insurance, which is like, big corporate jobs and things like that. And everybody else is kind of on their own.
Exactly. Yeah, because most people want their benefits. I think the one thing that would suck about one small part that would be unfortunate if we had great insurance and we all had holistic medicine, we'd miss out on pharmaceutical commercials. We would not have comedians would not have things to make fun of. We would not have things to make fun of if we didn't have old people holding hands walking down the beach, or
or when they list all the side effects, or the Jardians commercial where the lady's dancing around. Have you seen the Jardians commercial? Oh my God, it's so good. My wife and I sing it all the time. Jardians. No. Or the Shingles Doesn't Care commercial. Fantastic.
Hey!
Oh my God, she's back.
I'm going to talk real fast.
Yeah.
That lady on Jardians was on Americans Got Talent.
The Jardians lady was?
Yep.
No way.
Oh wow. I think you're thinking of William Hung.
Ask Serious.
Ask Serious.
Ask Serious. I thought you said Act Serious.
Act Serious.
There's my chicken.
Okay. Mine. This is a fake chip tooth right here as well. We all three of us have it. It's a chip tooth hour.
You want to hear? Okay, you got to hear my chip tooth story. I was 5 years old. I fell and hit my tooth on a curb, and I almost got hit by a car, and I was crunching on my teeth and went crying home, and nobody even hugged me, and my dad got mad because I was going to have to go to the dentist and have dental work done.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh my God.
I'm because I have a sad story.
I knocked out my 2 front teeth on the monkey bars. I was 5 years old. There were some other little girls, and I wanted to be cool. And I get to the middle of the monkey bars. Now my frame is very small, and I let go, and I fall on my face. I walk 2 blocks home, bleeding from my mouth, and I pass a wedding. And these people are getting out of their wedding, and they're going to go in their limo, and there's a crying, bloody-faced little boy walking down the street. And then when I got home, my dad put me for some reason, he put me in the bathtub and poured iodine in the bathtub. And then,
of course, that's what you do. That's what you do.
I just remember him squirting a bunch of brown liquid in the bathtub, and I'm like, "What am I?" I'm just crying.
Well, you know what? Here's another one. One time I cut my finger really deep and it was bleeding, and my mother was a nurse, and I go in and she pours like a bottle of iodine on the open wound, and I passed out and fainted.
You know, when I was a kid, and you get like an infection like that, my dad would just lance it. He would take, that's what he called it, lancing it. He'd go get like an X-Acto knife, put it over a flame, and then he'd just, and he'd tell you a funny story. And you tell a funny story to distract you while you're doing it. That's how I learned comedy. That's how I learned comedy.
That's the first time I saw the end of a fork turn orange from it being over a burner, because I think it burns like a wart or something off. It's gone. It's never. I don't know.
Lance it.
He didn't splinters the needle. Yeah.
My dad was full Mexican, so he did, he was crafty. Let's put it that. He was crafty with what to this day I get ingrown nails on my toes, and I don't know any other way to fix it other than like making myself bleed. But I fix it. I make it my feet feel better.
Gotcha.
I got a recommendation for you. You got to get a manicure, a pedicure. You got to go.
Yes.
You got to
Dude,
suck it
here's
up.
what's funny. I
Dude.
got one last year in Nashville. I was
Yeah.
there for New Year's, and I was dancing, having fun, and the next day my toe was killing me. So I go get a pedicure, and she did the same thing. She did what I did. And I was like, I thought there was going to be some magic other than her soaking it with like more of that whatever oily, slippery stuff. But she couldn't get in there either. And I have a kit. I have a crazy, I got crazy tools. I have micro pliers.
That's the thing.
I mean,
that's the thing is you get into self-surgery with the insurance thing the way it is.
Yeah.
Self-surgery. Yeah.
Wait a minute, Joel. Remember, I went to nail tech school. I dropped out, but not before I knew how to take care of ingrown toenails. So I'm just telling you, you got to keep them. Okay, so you got to cut them straight and don't dig, because we want to dig in there and make ourselves hurt and be in pain. Cut them straight, and eventually they grow out. Okay.
Okay.
And then they won't. Okay, that's the truth.
So in the corners, in the deep corners of your toenail, this is a very well illustrated conversation. If I cut the top of the toenail, then it'll take care of the corner.
Yes. Keep it straight, but it takes a bit. Okay.
Okay, a bit is like a month or two. Is that a bit?
Yes. It's a thing.
Okay.
Be patient, but you know what? You always want to go in there and dig. You just do.
I've got like those picks for your teeth, the metal ones.
Yeah. You want to get in there and dig with those.
You know what's great about this is the chat room is just going crazy. We're
doing God's work here. We're doing God's work. And thank God, Mama J. She's the secret sauce. She's our running back. She knows the solution here.
Thank God she got that thing fixed. Whatever that podcasting renegade thing.
I did, and then I restarted my computer.
I loved also there's some insurance talk. Let's ban life insurance. A lot of people use those redneck flyers. What? Live in mobile homes. I can't even read that. I can't read that, Chuck. I can't do that. Not anything, Chuck.
Some of us old people don't see even by the participants. I didn't get the end of his sentence. Something about flying over trailers.
Yeah,
or something
I couldn't even. As soon as he said redneck flyover states, I got worried.
Stores hooked on meth love to offer each other. I think what he meant to put is stores hooked on Mountain Dew Baja Blast love to offer each other.
Tough love.
That's what he meant. That's what you meant. That's what he meant. He meant Pringles and Now-a-lators.
This is a new thing. When you say something offensive and you're at the mic, because improv comedy, sometimes you say offensive things. You didn't realize you were going to say it. Just say tough love afterwards. Tough love.
Tough love.
It's a
Tough
good
love.
like.
Joel.
Yeah.
Joel.
Yeah.
I need to come back in. Here's
Okay, you're
another
back.
tip. Oh, fuck.
No.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Why are you swearing at us? Stop it. Stop swearing at us.
Listen. Okay, sorry. Listen, this is another thing. You guys are close to Mexico. Do not be ashamed to go to Mexico and get some of those medications, even for Liz. I'm going to be driving down there because I'm supposed to go on an inhaler. It'll cost me $500 here. I can go to Mexico and get one for $10. Seriously.
Is this the illegal prescription medicine podcast? Is that what's going on?
No, it's for real.
Yeah,
I never knew that.
True.
I never knew that about.
So true.
Yeah.
It's just going back over.
What's funny is, every time you go to those pharmacies in Mexico, you they tempt the hell out of you to buy some Viagra. I will say they have like a Viagra like guy that's
They
like
do.
a character that stands outside.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, highly suggestive.
Yeah.
And then also, this is what else they do. You go in there, and while they're waiting to walk down the street and get the drug stuff, they give you free margaritas. Yeah.
Well, that's a drug
how
in
it
itself,
is.
right?
What part of Mexico are you going to?
Progresso. Well, you can right where I go is Progresso. That's the only safe.
Wait, are you down in Texas? Are you in Southern Texas?
No, I used to be down there. I used to live down in Brownsville in the winter.
Yeah.
See?
My uncle lives in Harlingen.
Well, I love Harlingen. Yeah.
The connection.
Nuevo
Hummingbird
Progresso. Nuevo Progresso.
Yeah.
My uncle lives right.
No,
he lives right down there.
Exactly.
Yay!
Yeah.
We finally found a connection. Maybe that's when the stand-up ends, is when you find some weird connection. Like,
we have a connection. Joseph, me, you.
There's so much still going on.
How did you go from?
What? Uh-oh, now I lost you.
You're at the bottom of Texas up to Kansas.
Oh, okay, yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah. Used to winter there.
Todd Lee says, while you're in Mexico, you can catch a donkey show. Now. My God, it really goes downhill when we start doing this.
It does. If you give them an inch of something. Yeah, it's the Viagra guy in the costume. Yeah, he's in a costume, or there's a guy with a sombrero, but he has the sombrero over his you-know-what, and it's clearly like sticking up.
Yeah.
And it's like, buy Viagra, 2 for 1, or.
But you know what? I had a terrible fungus on my foot. And I tell you, I went in there. I'd been treated for it for years in the States, and it never cleared up. And I went in there, and oh my God, the doctor, he was so handsome. He gave me 11 shots in a tattoo, and then he gave me a shot in my butt and gave me a cream on my leg, and it was only $50, and that fungus was gone in 3 days.
I mean, there was so much to unpack there. You got a tattoo as well? You got a tattoo?
I had a tattoo that I was allergic to. When you get a tattoo, be careful of red dye, because that causes a lot of allergies in people. Do you know what Joseph?
One thing that I have realized. Oh, go ahead. Say it again. Do it.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Red dye. Okay. And so red dye, and then I had fungus on the other foot, and he shot that red dye 11 times, and I had to get my girlfriend in there because he was so cute to hold my hand so she could see him, and then I let him just give me a shot in my butt. But red dye is bad for our systems. I think that's why I'm so bad. I think that's why I'm weird.
I lived in Chicago for 12 years. I'm from Chicago, Milwaukee, and the Chicago flag is this like light blue with these 5 red stars in the middle. I think it's 5, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And but what then people do is they get the Chicago tattoo because they're from Naperville. They're from suburb outside. And now they've got this red dye, like these stars that are like apparently really like one of the guys, like the ink in the skin totally raised up. I have 0.00 tattoos in my whole body. I've never got one.
Yeah.
For people,
I think I would be a better. Oh, you can't hear me now.
Uh-oh.
Well, we can hear you. We can hear. You're gonna swear at us again, aren't you?
I would be better. I'm glad I didn't. I would be a better human being had I not got red in a tattoo.
Wow.
What was the tattoo of? You might ask.
Well, you know what? It's a really weird. It started out like to be a quilt block, and then it looks like it's kind of writing for a joke, and then I gave up on it because it was hurting too bad because I forgot to take a pain pill. So it's really nothing.
So it just ended up a Lay's potato chip tattoo, is what
it kind of did.
Brought it around. Brought it around.
That would get the likes. That would could go viral. That could go viral. I got
That's your goal. Go viral.
I could talk about that and Lay's potato chips right there. Yeah. Right there.
Yeah. That would be your calling card.
Unfortunately, we're at the end of the show, but I think one of the things that we've learned from this experiment is that there needs to be a podcast where people just talk about their toe jam and talk about their medical problems and insurance problems, because we got a lot that we need to get out about this stuff. Fungus talk. Yeah. That was super fun. Thanks for doing this because this was amazing.
fun.
Yeah, this was off the cuff. This was fun. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, it wasn't as stand up, but it was fun. That was fun.
Well, you know what? We'll get better
It was
at it. As we go along. We'll get better
will.
at it, right?
And
We'll
when
revisit this. We'll
Joseph-
try again. Yeah.
And when Joseph came on, because I don't know him, I'm thinking he doesn't want to be here.
Doesn't want
Really?
But you were giving off that vibe a little bit like, okay, well, I guess I gotta be here.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Is that your is that your resting angry face or whatever? Or
I kind of was just whatever. I was nervous, if I'm being totally honest.
Is that what
I was doing that?
you were
doing
like,
that? Sorry.
I just
Me
get
and
out of bed. I don't
Sorry,
know.
guys.
No, well, at least you were in the
Sorry.
car because you told me you were going to be in the car, and I was like, well, how's that going? Work?
Yeah. I got no excuses. I'm sorry. I got no
It
excuses.
was great.
No. We're just
Thank
giving you
you.
shit.
Great.
We're just giving you shit.
We're just
that
giving
could be
you
the new
shit.
name.
Yeah, you were.
Fungus Talk. Fungus Talk with Joel,
Talk.
Joseph, and Mama J.
Yeah. Fungi chat.
I love
Welcome to Fungi Chat.
this chat.
Yeah.
Oh
It's a
my
panel
God.
on fungus. Today's panel has been on fungus.
The penicillin panel.
Okay, we gotta dance it out. Oh no, I'm totally talking too much.
Oh my
I'm-
God.
All right, kids. I'm leaving now. All right.
We're
We'll
out.
see you.
We're out.
We gotta dance.
Thanks,
We gotta
guys.
dance. We gotta dance.
All right. Here we go.
You know what happened?
Raven hair and ruby lips, sparks
Fly from your fingertips.
echo voices in the night. She's a restless spirit on an endless flight. Ooh, witchy woman, see how high she flies. Ooh, witchy woman, she got the moon in her eyes.
So this is called Everett. Thanks everybody for joining in today.
She held me spellbound in the night, dancing shadows and firelight. Crazy laughter in another room, and she drove herself to madness with a silver spoon.
Well, thanks everybody for being on the show today. This was super fun.
Wow. A good version of the
Right,
Eagles.
Joel, thank
It's
you.
good, isn't it? This is fucking great. I didn't,
Yeah.
I appreciate them not kicking me off YouTube for showing their video because I just couldn't help but show this. It's so damn good. Tried to contact
is.
them. I didn't get it the okay, but I think they'll.
I got a shed like that. I'm gonna come on the show and do my tongue drum in front of a shed.
Oh, I can't wait. All right, thanks everybody for being on the show.
All
What?
right, guys.
All right, we'll see you all later. This has been Lunch Therapy, Fungus Edition.
Thanks,
That was fun.
That was
Guys,
fun.
bye, y'all.